Hi everybody, it's Miss Shoemaker here, and I'm here to tell you about the different genres that are available on ARC Bookshelf. So when you go into ARC Bookshelf, it should be already bookmarked, and your teacher should have given you your username and password. Go over here and make sure you click on the orange level. So on yours, it's going to have all the different colored levels. And you're working on orange right now, so that would be a good place to start. But you can always feel free to experiment with some of the other levels as well. So when you look through here, there's a lot of really good books, and we'll start with some adventure books. So on here is a book called The Seven Voyages of Sinbad. So if you look at this, you'll start to realize that not only is it an adventure book, but it's also a graphic novel. So oftentimes books can fit under more than one genre. So this is an adventure book. You could also classify it as a graphic novel. And finally, you could also classify it as a traditional tale, because the story of Sinbad is actually a Persian tale. It comes from Middle Eastern culture, handed down from generation to generation. So you can try reading a book like this, and it counts as a graphic novel genre, also a traditional tale, and an adventure tale. They have really wonderful illustrations. So there's that one. Another one that would fit under the biography genre, here's one about LeBron James. So the cool thing about these books on ARC Bookshelf is that you can choose these different views. So here you can see the full page spread, 2 different pages. This one you can see a little bit closer up. So that's a nice feature. So I already showed you one example of a graphic novel. Here's another one that I like. This is The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And I would also count this in the category of horror, because it can be a scary tale. So this was a book that was originally written sometime in the 1800s, I believe, and is adapted here in the graphic novel form. If you like creepy stories, this would be a really good one for you. It can be very suspenseful, very mysterious. So there's that one. In historical fiction, here was a really great option if you're interested. This is called World War II Spies. And the interesting thing about this book is that it's interactive. So it's actually a choose-your-own adventure book. So if you open it up, you can see that at the end of many of the pages, you can choose which path you're going to take. So in this one, it says, you choose the path you take through history. And then at the bottom of some of the pages, it'll give you different options. And you can choose which option you want to do as the character, as if you were the character. And then you turn to the appropriate page based on whichever option you want to take. So then at the end, you can figure out how your character is going to end up based upon the options that you chose. So that's a really cool feature to this kind of book. This one's a great book. It's very exciting. If you're interested in wars or spies, that would be a really good option for you. And so I have 2 more that I'm going to show you. Ramp Rats would fall under the category of realistic contemporary fiction. You can see this one is also a graphic novel. So this would be realistic contemporary fiction because it is something that could actually happen in real life. So you'll see it's taking time in the present day. And these are things that might actually happen, although they did not. So these are good ones if you want to be able to relate to the characters anymore. For science fiction, we have The War of the Worlds here. This is a very famous story, actually. And it was originally written by a man named H.G. Wells. And here it is again adapted into a graphic novel. This is also classified as a classic. If you look down here, it says classic fiction. It is a very famous story about some aliens that take over the planet. So there's that one. Last but not least, I'm going to show you another example of a traditional tale. And that would be this one right here, Theseus and the Minotaur. So this is a tale that comes out of Greek and Roman mythology. And so it's a really great one for learning about traditional tales. It's one that's been handed down for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And then you can also find a lot of other really cool nonfiction like this one. They're disaster survivors, erased by a tornado. So these are really nice books for learning about things you're interested in. Well, that's it. I hope you see something that you like and that this inspires you to choose a new genre. Also, many of these are available in some of the orange bins in the Shoemaker's Classroom. So if you come and look through, you might also be able to find a hard copy. And let me know if you need any other recommendations.